Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning has been on health as we observe World AIDS Day on December 1st. Globally, there are an estimated 34 million people who have the virus. Despite the virus being identified in 1984, more than 35 million people have died of HIV or AIDS, making it one of the most destructive pandemics in history. Today, scientific advances have been made and there are laws to protect people living with HIV, but World AIDS Day is a reminder to the public and government that there is still a vital need to raise money, increase awareness, fight prejudice, and improve education. My next guests are Jamal Perry, who serves as the Intersectionality Among Men Program Coordinator for Diverse and Resilient, and Julius Pittman. He is an I Am core group member at the organization. How are you guys?
Good.
Thank you both for being here. And I'm interested in hearing more about what it is you do. Diverse and Resilient has been around since 1995. So fill us in on everything that you do on a daily basis.
Yeah, so Diverse and Resilient as a whole is a public health agency whose primary focus is on health and equity amongst LGBTQ people in southeastern Wisconsin. So there's many different programs and initiatives and projects that are a part of Diverse and Resilient. So we have counseling, testing, and referral, or CTR for short, where we offer rapid HIV and syphilis testing. That's Monday through Friday. We also have an anti-violence program as well too. We have many different youth programs and pretty much a lot of different programs and projects that are combating different health disparities that we see within LGBT communities here in southeastern Wisconsin.
Understandable. So your long-term objective is to eliminate health disparities between LGBTQ people and the general population as measured by commonly accepted indicators of physical and mental health. So you focus on 4 main areas, and a couple of those things would be substance abuse and mental health, which are huge in this day and age when we talk about the opioid epidemic, and then also just continuing to spread awareness about mental health. So what are some of the things that you focus on in those areas?
Yeah, so I think you kind of touched on it with substance abuse and sexual health. A lot of times we don't even think about it. They are linked because if you are dealing with like substance abuse, whether it be with alcohol or other types of drugs, you sometimes don't make the healthiest choices when it comes to like sexual health, and that can lead to, you know, transmissions of like STIs or HIV. So one of the programs specifically that I work with is the Intersectionality Among Men, which you mentioned earlier, which is a group of 18 to 29-year-old same gender loving men of color who come together and pretty much build protective factors kind of without even knowing it. So like a strong sense of black or brown identity and sexual health, and pretty much working together to build each other up. And when you build each other up, you create barriers to combat health disparities, including contraction of STIs, HIV, and dealing with other issues in our community.
And Julius, we have not forgotten about you. You're a member, like I said earlier, of the organization's I Am core group. So if you would tell us more about that and what it entails.
Well, like as you said, I am a core group member, and with that, what that entails is there's a process you have to go to when before you become a core group member, and we have a thing called the Get Down, where we invite same gender loving men of color to come down to Diverse and Resilient, and there we have our leaders Jamal Perry and Stacy Clark, who will educate us on how to protect ourselves when it comes to sex, different ways to avoid contracting HIV or any STIs, as well as bringing community together and providing an open space for us to really get out how we feel when it comes to living in this community and being a part of the LGBTQ community as well.
Absolutely. So it's my understanding that you received a scholarship from the National Minority AIDS Council, known as NMAC, right?
Yes.
So tell us how you were able to win that scholarship and how you've been involved as a recipient.
Well, I've been doing things under NMAC for the last 2 years, and this last time I attended a conference called USCA, which is United States Conference on AIDS. And while attending that conference, I was able to be a part of a program called Youth Initiatives. And within that program, they give us a chance to apply for a mini grant of $500 so that we are able to go back to our communities and to be able to host an event on World AIDS Day. And that's what I decided to do.
All right. So this event that your organization's hosting is all coming from Julius.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and part of what I Am does too is cultivate leaders and build up leaders in our community, specifically our core group members. So Julius is a prime example of how we're able to support his vision and exactly what he wants to do for World AIDS Day.
I love that. So let's talk about this event. It's happening December 1st on World AIDS Day. So it's a brunch, right?
Yes, it is.
So let's find out everything that's going to be taking place on that day.
All right, so it is called World AIDS Day Brunch. The AIDS is standing for aiming for inclusivity, debunking stigma, and at this brunch, of course, there's going to be food.
You better have some food.
Yes, definitely. Gotta feed the bellies. But also on top of that, we will have a panel discussion of community leaders from different demographics within our LGBT community, as well as a presentation that will discuss why World AIDS Day is important and how you can be an impact on this day.
And so when we talk about young people being involved on this level, like you mentioned, part of your goal is to build tomorrow's leaders. And so you're able to do that with the young people that come through your organization. What are some of the other ways that they are able to build up those leadership skills?
I would say just being involved in the program. So I Am specifically, we have a lot of volunteer opportunities, and in those volunteer opportunities give our core group members or just any volunteers in general to become, I guess, quote unquote, physicians of their community. So when we give them those tools and knowledge, around sexual health or events or leadership, they're able to take that to their peers in their community and show that experience and
that's
knowledge.
Amazing. So you feel like you've learned a lot from being a part of this organization?
I definitely have. I feel like being a part of this group, being a part of this organization in general has brought me to accepting myself in a way I never thought I would be able to get to. And it's doing nothing but continue to build me and grow me, which I appreciate so much.
Yeah, and then you pass that on
Yeah,
to
and I just continue
people
to pass
that come
it on.
behind
Yes,
you. Yes.
for everybody within my community, because I feel like stigma is a silent killer, and I don't want my community to continue to feel victimized or to be victimized by this stigma and the effect that it has on our community. So during this event, my goal is to be able to invite as many community members as I can to help them to better educate them on what stigma is, how it has its effect on us and how we reflect it on everybody else, as well as learning how you can help join this fight to end the epidemic while empowering the people that live with HIV as well.
You're doing big things. And so this World AIDS Day brunch, it's going to be held where?
It will be at Diverse and Resilient, at our upper part of our location in the building, a small space.
And if anyone wants information, they can go to Eventbrite. This is open to the public, right?
Yes, it is.
So eventbrite.com, and what do they look up specifically?
They look up World AIDS Day Brunch.
Okay, well, simple as that. I thank you both for coming by and sharing information on your organization and all that you're doing. And you guys keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being here, Jamal Perry. He serves as the Intersectionality Among Men Program Coordinator for Diverse and Resilient, and Julius Pittman, he is an I Am core group member at the organization. For more information, you can call 414-390-0444 or visit their website at diverseandresilient.org. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues. Milwaukee. Have a great day.